Hello everybody and welcome back to the build of this Mercury Matador. This video is especially for Bobby 2582 who said how do you do the windshield, because that's one of the bits he struggles with and finds difficult. Well, the push rod has been inserted for the elevator through the front. It would have been very difficult to get it in any other way. So now that that's in place, I can push ahead and make the windshield. The last piece of glazing finishes here. I could have actually finished it on the vertical. That would have worked as well. We'll see how well this one works. I'm going to make a template and I'm going to do it using a piece of paper. So it's a little bit trial and error, but I'll just take you through the process. So I take a piece of paper, and the first thing I always start with is this part here, the dashboard perhaps you would call it, or the back firewall. Now I know that that's one continual arc, there's no flat spot in it, so I need to produce a continual arc here. It won't be the same as that because we're trying to create an angle, so it'll be a more open arc. And what I generally do is fold the piece of paper in half. I may use more than one piece of paper to do this, but this is just a starting point. And I'm just going to roughly cut it to get it somewhere near. And I don't want any flat spots on it. I want to just produce an arc. Now, it'll not be right first time, of course it won't, but this is just a starting point. So I've got an arc. Now I can see straight away that there's a flat there, and that's going to create a problem, so I'm going to take it out. It's always better with a slightly heavier card than this, but this will do for now. And be damned, I'm not far off there, you know. But I can see a little flat there and a flat there. But that's not far off. I must have just had some practice at this. Let's try and get a bit more of a curve here. And try it. You know, I can't believe how quick. Now, I'm going to put a crease here and a crease down there because I know that's the edge. You can actually, if you want to, hold it down. You could apply some tape there and then do a sort of brass rubbing effect. And that brass rubbing effect gives you the guideline. So I know that that'll need trimming. Just concentrate on getting half of it right to demonstrate. Let's have a look. Of course, I haven't got much to hold on to now because I've trimmed. That's not far off, you know. Need to trim a little bit there. And last time I demonstrated on this glazing, I used U-Hoo-Po or U-Po, depends on how pedantic you want to be about the pronunciation. And I use it as a contact adhesive, applying the glue and then once I've taken too much off there, you see, so I make a little note on here that I need to go that way down and cut here. You can just write on it and add little notes, and I'll carry on fiddling about with this, and then we'll look at how the actual glazing is applied. Right, I'll just pause it there. I'll keep faffing about with this template until I'm happy with it. You can see now, I hope, that I've actually taped on the paper template, and that's highlighted that I'm going shy here, sort of trying to balance the paper and hold it on and shape it all at the same time is not working. So what I've done, I've taped it on, and I can see it's shy there, but I can also see an edge there. Let's do a little rubbing and along here, so that we know that can be trimmed off, and that'll be perfect if we do that. But it's also showed up to me that I've gone short in this area. So I'll highlight an arrow there. See if you've got a pen that works, doesn't it? There, right the way to there. And I need 1/4 of an inch. So I'll take that back off, and I'll use paper again, and I'll try again, taking it a little bit closer each time. Hope you can see the rubbings by rubbing the pencil on the carbon from the pencil leaves a nice neat mark, and I know that's my cut line. So pause it there, we'll come back when we're a little bit closer. Well, here we go. I think this is the final template. You notice I've rubbed along this edge to find the actual contact with the screen and the bulkhead here. I'm going to leave this long, and then I'm going to trim it off when it's glued. So I'll get the acetate cut out, and we'll get this stuck on, or as we say in the northeast, we'll get it clagged on. Just bear with me. I think I've got that template as close as I'm ever going to get, so I've cut out the acetate. And the advantage of using the UPO, or UPO, whatever you call it, is that you can get an instant grab, but that can also be a disadvantage. And given that if I get it wrong, it'll be a real mess on the front here, what I'm going to do is just glue this edge to begin with round here, and when that goes off, then I'll have room to get in and apply the other glue to the rest of the frame. So I'm going to apply some in here first. I don't think I'm actually going to glue it to that spar or that frame. I'm just going to do the edge along this triangle, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So apply some glue. And then this will be left until it's effectively touch dry. And it's only then that I'll actually apply the covering. Of course, it dries clear. And as I've said, I've tried other coverings, including some that purport to be canopy covering, and I just don't like it. I think it's a glorified, from what I've seen, it's a glorified PVA glue, and it's not very impressive to me anyway. A little bit more, right the way to the end. Right, I'm going to leave that. When it's dry, I'll come back, and then we'll be ready to start putting the front screen on. So I've allowed this to dry, and it always feels odd. You feel like you're leaving it to the point of it's going to be useless because it's touch dry. Here we go. Looks like that's taken, so I'll leave that till it's thoroughly dry. I'm just checking whether it's going to pull round. Yeah, it looks like it is. Leave that for a bit, then I'll apply some glue along the front here and along here, and we'll pull it round. It may still need trimming, but it's getting there. Okay, let's go for the wrap. It may need trimming on this side. I've got a feeling it will, but we'll see. There you have it. Needs pushing out a little bit. It needs a little bit of fettling. But that's basically using U-Pour to achieve the desired result. Quite pleased with that. Hope that's useful. Take care now. Keep modelling. Having fun.